It's a great honour to serve as Education Secretary, serving the young people who will become the leaders of tomorrow. Working with the public servants, like those heroes that you've just heard from, who teach in our schools, who run our nurseries, lead our colleges and head our universities, and the children's social workers who care for the most vulnerable children in our society. So please, everybody, join with me in showing our gratitude for their selflessness and their service to the future of our country. As Conservatives, we have an incredible story to tell about what we're doing for young people. For working parents with 3- and 4-year-olds, 30 hours a week of free childcare. Better schools with 85% of children taught in good or outstanding schools. That's up from 66% under the last Labour government. And we're helping young people, whatever their background, wherever they come from. Under this Conservative government, more 18-year-olds from disadvantaged backgrounds are going to university than ever before. When the Prime Minister entered 10 Downing Street, he made sure that one of his first acts was to keep his promise to make sure that there is fair funding for all of our schools. So we're investing an extra £14 billion over 3 years. We will level up funding right across the country. So from the next academic year, all secondary schools will receive at least £5,000 per pupil. And all primary schools will receive at least £3,750 per pupil, rising to £4,000 the year after. Conference, every school in England will receive a funding increase because of what the Prime Minister promised and what we are delivering. We have an incredible story to tell. I'm not going to let Labour's ideological zealots tear up years of progress that has been made by both New Labour and Conservative governments. Because let's be clear, abolishing all primary schools, ending phonics reading tests, scrapping free schools and academies, taking freedom from head teachers and choice from parents, returning all schools to local authority control, scrapping Ofsted and making local authorities responsible for inspecting their own schools and even their own local children's services. This is no plan for the future. This is a recipe for disaster. Conference. Labour are obsessed with driving ideology into the classroom. Conservatives will be the ones that always drive the standards, always drive up opportunities for every child in this country. So I will not tire of striving every day to do even more for our country's children. But even today, even after all this progress, there is one part of our education system that is often overlooked. And that's further education. Well, past Labour governments obsessed over targets to get for half the population to university. They forgot about the other 50%. They ignored the other 50%. I'm not going to be obsessed by Blairite targets. I'm not going to see so many of our young people feel as if they've not succeeded because they didn't go to university. Conference, we are going to put this right. Ever since secondary education was made free and available for all by a conservative, Rab Butler, governments of all colours have talked about technical and vocational education. But deeds, in truth, have rarely matched the words. That's why I promised to give my all, to make technical and vocational education the first choice for anybody with the aptitude, desire, and interest to pursue it. Apprenticeships, technical and vocational education. These are just as important and as valuable as going to university, and they're just as important to our economy to make sure that Britain succeeds in the future. So today, I'm setting a new target to supercharge further education over the next decade. Our aim is to overtake Germany in the opportunities we offer to those studying technical routes by 2029. Conference, we do not always beat Germany at football, but on this we most certainly will. And in delivering this new ambition, we'll be guided by evidence. So we'll be establishing a new expert skills and productivity board of leading industrialists and labour market economists to provide strategic advice on the skills and qualifications that we need. But I don't want us to focus only on apprenticeships and T-levels, because we need better technical and vocational education over and above that too. And that is why we're going to be opening new institutes of technology. They're about providing university-level technical qualifications and sector-specific skills that are most needed in their local economies. They have the potential to transform high-level technical education, bringing together further education colleges, universities, and employers. But we don't have enough of them to serve our country. So today I can tell you that we're going to be making available £120 million extra so that we can have an institute of technology in every part of the country. Opening a total of 20, so that there is one in every major city of England. We will make sure every young person in every part of our country gets the chance to gain the high-level technical skills that they and we need, from the elementary to the elite. We need stretching technical education at every single level. To see what I mean, just look at Kerry's amazing school, a 16 to 19 maths reschool, teaching young math geniuses to a truly advanced level. 93% of students there got A or A star in their maths A level. That's an amazing achievement. And I can announce today that we are working with Durham University and Durham Sixth Form College to open a new maths school there. We'll open a total 11 of these to start with at least one in every single region of England. Conference, I've been in the Department of Education for just 10 short weeks. But my mission as your Education Secretary is clear: to accept no excuses and keep the focus on raising standards in all of our schools, but also to deliver nothing less than a revolution in technical education. Doing so is vital for our country and, most importantly, vital for all of our children. And I can tell you, spend any time in the company of our nation's young people. Listen to them. describe their hopes and ambitions. And it is impossible to feel anything other than admiration and optimism. Optimism for their future, optimism for Britain's future, and a belief that with the right help, the right support, this is a generation that can achieve anything that they want. It is our responsibility to make sure that they do. Thank you, and thank you.